So, like I always say, if you're not down with the bullshit and you're down with the real shit, like and subscribe. Yo, man, I just want to touch on the whole thing that happened recently with Shannon Sharpe acting a damn fool, like he was in the hood some goddamn where trying to get it up with some other ninjas and stuff, when he was sitting up there talking crazy to Dylan Brooks and talking crazy to John Morant, then talking crazy to John Morant's father. Then he sitting up here making a statement later talking about, oh, they didn't want to smoke. None of them wanted to smoke. Wait a minute, Shannon Sharpe, if you're supposed to be a professional and you sitting up here, got a good salary and everything, and we always hear these people who's supposed to be, on these certain top levels because of their job and money. You know how our people, look at stuff when it comes to materialism, money, it's right. Everything is right, but you're supposed to be so much better and everything like that. So now you start acting like just some regular dude off in the street talking about how people didn't want to smoke and all this type of stuff. You 50-some damn years old and you sitting up here, coming with that young man's energy and stuff. How are you supposed to be a mentor or the type of guy like how you self-proclaim, or dudes like you self-proclaim like they trying to be this beacon of light? I'm trying to be this role model, somebody who can talk to them and this and that. With our people, it's hella crazy on both sides, men and women, who be always claiming to be these people who they gonna be these pillars to where they're going to, uplift the community and straighten out the young people and talk to folks, and they don't have the fucking accreditation, if you will, if it required that. They don't have the background, the behavior, the poise, the mental aptitude to even pull this stuff off. But it's always some weirdo like that and shit. I've known friends, I've known family members. They be talking about what they telling the young people. I'm just gonna put it like that. Talking about what they telling young people, and you be like, you're not the one to be telling nobody. Hold on, man. How are you gonna tell a young dude how to deal with women and how to go about dealing with women? I've been knowing you for how many years, dude? You've been a trick in all your relationships, basically, that you've been in. To be totally honest, I ain't got to be talking about that and just, trying to make a point, but you're listening to this person, knowing, having the knowledge of that. You're like, what in the hell are you talking about? The only thing you can do, if you try to start honestly telling that young man what he should and should not do, as far as dealing with women and stuff like that, the only thing you're going to do is probably give him some kind of bad advice. The best thing you can do is tell him about your blunders and your failures and your idiotic way of how you just went out in the world leaning upon your own understanding and thinking that, well, as long as you put it in your pocket and pull out some money, she'll like you and respect you. That she won't and shit. And so I just say that to say, like, I've seen so many like of our people that through the years growing up being like that. Even the females, you trying to tell females how to be and how to carry themselves and how to be with a man and all this stuff. How the hell you gonna do that when you been a tramp? Basically all your life, you got 5 kids by 4 different dudes. How in the hell are you to be the one? The only thing that you could do is just tell them about your mistakes. When you people like that, when you're like that, the best thing you can do is tell. But they never tell them the truth. They never tell them that. They always act as though none of that stuff happened, and now I want to come off as this scholar and knowledgeable even though they never cared a damn thing about school. They never tried to learn any damn thing when they was young. These people. You like, how in the hell are you trying to create a different character and persona? You trying to be somebody else who you not. And so you got those people where, like, that's why a lot of young people, as far as like, especially our people, man, like, within with black kids and stuff like that, the role models still trying to be gangsters. And as far as the dudes, they be old and still be, you got the older women, they still trying to be young, try to be as bros, thinking that young dudes is looking and checking for them, and with all that saggy ass skin and overweight and all that. That's a lot. Like, so a lot of them are just living inside their heads, making up the fact, like, look, I got a couple of cousins sit up here and act like they some damn what they call it? life coaches. Man, one of them basically got a husband who's an alcoholic and bipolar who be whooping her ass. The other one, look, she got to some conflict with some people. She called me. She came and picked me up to come help her deal with the conflict. Her husband comes showing up like an hour later, like, what the? Yeah. I'm like, yo, man, it's weird, but that whole thing, man, with Shannon Sharpe, he's sitting out here talking like he's some kind of young thug or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden they didn't want to smoke. They didn't want to smoke. Some people sitting up here talking about him saying, well, when Skip Bayless be disrespecting you and all that stuff, you don't say nothing. They say, see, you got a lot of dudes be doing that. When black men are easy, he easy want to get it up with a black man. But when it comes to that white man, oh no, the white man disrespect you, clown you and everything, you ain't gonna say a damn thing. You just gonna sit there. First of all, I think that, even though I do think Shannon Sharpe is like one of them fake motherfuckers and shit like that. But I won't say that he just sits up there and lets Skip Bayless just disrespects him and ridicules him. What you want? You want Shannon Sharpe to come across that table and knock the hell out of Skip Bayless? You want him to knock the hell out of a 70-year-old man? That's retarded, man. See, I told you, they think everything's supposed to work like that. Everything's like, well, you get mad and you get upset. Oh, man, you're supposed to go get the gun and you're supposed to, and if you don't do it, you a punk. But the same damn people that will say that, they won't go get the gun. I'm like, God damn, so we be trying to manipulate other people to do things to get in trouble and shit. They're like, good Lord. But I will say this, though. I don't know about today's modern athletes and a lot of like stars and stuff like. It was a time I remember back in the day. You used to always go back in the 90s. A lot of dudes used to always be walking around with their goons, man. Dudes had a goon squad. They was always, you hear dudes saying, "Hey, when you get money, man, you always got to have some hitters on deck." You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be the one to get into, mess with people. If you didn't, I'm up here making hella money, living a good life. I'm not supposed to be jeopardizing that because somebody got some words or somebody trying to step to me or whatever, stuff like that's not supposed to happen. Dylan Brooks, John Morant, man, I seen even big Steven Adams stepping over there. But you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't, and I seen when Steven Adams was trying to approach him, he didn't say nothing to the big 7-foot tall Australian dude. He wasn't talking to him. He didn't say he didn't want to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Steven Adams ain't no joke. But the whole thing about it is, you back in the 90s, dudes were like, you supposed to have your goons, dudes that be in the club, dudes that like 5, 6, 7 your partners you grew up with, dudes that's down, dudes that that's about that business. And when they see somebody sitting up in the audience, and that like if John Morant or Dylan Brooks had they boys with him, and he over there yelling and talking all kind of F you and this nigga, that's when your goon's supposed to walk up and say, hey, what's up, man? What's up, Shannon? Yo, why you saying it to my folks, man? What's up, dude? What's up? What's up? Nah, man, you up here talking crazy. But the kind of dudes who probably, they already done did dirt. So they about that life. That's what, And so you have one of them, you get to talking crazy. Then they have one of them smash on him and knock the hell out of his ass or meet him in the parking lot or something and they beat the hell out of his ass. You ain't got nothing to do with it because you didn't orchestrate it. You didn't tell them dudes to do that stuff. But they doing that because they got your back. Now, when you find out what happened, they might tell you, hey, man, this and that, so-and-so was up there talking crazy. He was saying, man, and so-and-so smashed on him. And blah, blah. You just supposed to be like, all right, I got his bail for him. And shit. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? That's how you supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And people I see people online talking, oh, they didn't want, no, Shannon got that old man strength. Shannon still work out and Shannon is still a middle-aged man and stuff. These dudes is young, 20-year-old dudes. These dudes are, athletes and stuff. He's a former athlete. He might still work out, try to keep his health up and everything like that. I get that. And if he was dealing with the average man, who smoke, drink, and don't really work out, him being 50-something and him working out, got some strength to him, he could defend himself. But Them young dudes get to running around and moving fast. One of them dudes been in Mollywop, Shannon Sharpe ass and stuff like that. He just be swinging, throwing haymakers, and they just move out the way and ducking it. What's up, old man? Pop, 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 pop. And he just beat his ass. And then plus, shit, like I said, if it was goons, they all gonna jump him. 2 or 3 of them, they gonna just whoop him. They ain't gonna be on one dude just gonna go here. They just gonna whoop him. That's the goon squad. That's what the hell they do. And, another thing, Corey Holcombe, who I love as a comedian, but he said something that was really crazy, man. This dude said how he would have to revoke a father's privileges if he was with a woman and her kid's father only came around like 3, 4, 5 times a year. And he said, if he came around and he tried to discipline that child and you only come around every once in a while talking about, I'm the daddy of my kids, nobody better you ain't gonna be putting hands on that kid. That's not your responsibility. He thought, Corey Holcombe thought when he was saying that, he was actually saying, that dudes be saying stuff, man, to impress these hood rats and all that stuff, because they be thinking like see, you ain't even supposed to be thinking like that as a man. I ain't trying to earn kudos or prove myself as a man by the respect necessarily that women might bestow upon me, based upon caping and bowing down and being some kind of simp to them. Like, that's, as a man, how you supposed to think and run your life like that. You wrong. That ain't your kid. And if the father come around, that's between her and him. They got to handle that for as court and all that stuff. Because once again, like I said, you doing stuff like that, man. That man, you do that. You could be sitting, hey, Bonnie did it. Okay, boom. You know what he's supposed to do? He can go to court. I know y'all saying, he can go to court, get his rights on stuff. But we just keep it on that level as far as like what Shannon Sharpe did and what Corey Holcombe did. Y'all talking about on that street level. So on the street level, if it was, let's say he was a little dude. Okay. He's supposed to go get his cousins, his partners, dudes he know, boom. Show back up at the house, about 4 or 5 dudes. What did you say to me, man? What'd you say? These my kids, dude. You said if I put you gonna do what to me? What? You know what I'm saying? Or, you don't have to show back up with him. Just show your partners and everything who he is. Boom. And have them take care of business. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see a lot of drama that happens with black folks, unfortunately. And, everybody be talking about the unnecessary violence. A lot of stuff we all know, especially like back in the day how things used to go. We knew why certain people was getting whooped on, beat down, shot, and stuff like that. Because we knew that person a lot of times in the hood who that happened to was some kind of janky ass type of person and was doing some foul ass type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, it might be tragic and messed up to your friends and your family. Yeah, we understand that people's close to you, but other people outside of that know what the hell going on be like, he was talking that mess. He was doing it. Hey, man, so-and-so, man. You know what he was doing, man. It's a lot of stories, man. Unfortunately, the dark man, he was even talking about how, what is this crap when you always see it on the news, and you see they be talking about Theophilus Jenkins. He was shot down today. And then you see his mom and his auntie and all that there. He was a good boy. Why they had to do that to Theophilus? He was always helping people. Theophilus was selling dope for the past 6, 7 years. Theophilus was going with dudes doing home invasions, breaking in people's houses and stuff like that. Theophilus wasn't doing nothing to help the damn community. He was on the road to perish, and he didn't give a damn any damn way. He kept on talking, I'm a thug, I'm a gangster, I do this to people, I do, and a lot of times that's what happens, man. Just like how Shannon Sharpe was wrong. If anybody gonna use common sense in judging the situation, he was wrong. He should have just been there observing, watching the damn game, not yelling back at Dylan Brooks and stuff like that and saying crazy stuff to him, then saying crazy stuff to John Morant, then saying crazy stuff to John Morant's father. How does he explain that? And then he talking about none of them wanted to smoke, and he was down to take all the smoke, all of them wanted to give him. So he's talking like a thug. He's not talking like no man who was standing up for himself, nothing like that. That's not, he was in the streets, see. So just like they say, it doesn't matter what amount of money, how much fame, celebrity, whatever. A lot of times with our folks, man, when you like that, like they say, you can take the, ninja out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the ninja. Peace.